they'll be very happy to be on the second row of the grid. Whether they'll have the opportunity to attack like George did last year, I'm not so sure, but at the same time, I think the way they turned around their performance yesterday, they should be very happy with.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the point, the turnaround that they made.
Yeah, incredible. I mean, just like Red Bull, they also came here. Set the car up way too softly on roll and also vertically. And then the aerodynamics that don't work very well. And so overnight to Saturday, they went much and stiffer car. Suddenly the aerodynamics come to life and it put them into a whole different place. And since then, Mercedes have been going much better and actually we're quite close to McLaren in qualifying. You know, one of the McLarens, and that's why I do think that they have a chance also today to even forward from where they are.
They improved, but Ferrari didn't. They went the other way. Carlos Sainz into
power demand in going
start the lap.
And that's a very, very expensive crash. It's wrecked the gearbox as well.
Their allocation
this year. And then Charles drifts.
I mean,
that was brutal, wasn't it? To lose
tough one, isn't it?
But I think the key there is he would only
7th on the
grid, even if he hadn't have lost that lap time. So somehow, I don't think I've ever seen
Formula 1 cars
ever as knife edgy as this. You know, 1 minute it looked like Ferrari were the dominant
team early on
in the event, and Mercedes look all over the show, but they
nailed it when
matted in Q3. And will we see that today?
Yeah, it was the worst by 15-year two-car performance on a Saturday here in Singapore for Ferrari. There you go. That shows you, because they look like one of the favourites coming into the weekend. Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri in those McLarens. Right, we're going to take a short.
So with Nico Hulkenberg, we're going to road test 5 methods that you'll see the drivers using around the paddock.
Chicane and control.
And HR.
The best pairs win. Formula 1 on Sky Sports, sponsored by Workday, a finance
HR platform.
So, what will this, well, first of all, what will this act of accomplish some work of public interest?
Install solar panels.
A battery with EDF. You could reduce your electricity bill to nil. EDF. Change is in our power.
Got the big man to score first.
And off goes the
Sub door.
New Super Sub from Paddy Power. Try out Super Sub with a completely free bet builder on Man City v Arsenal. Paddy. Red lights in Qatar. The race is go. We are racing once again.
More card price. More card price. It's called a more card. But I'm paying less. More card price. But I'm paying less, not more. More card price. More card price. They're everywhere, aren't they? It can't be more. Bob. More card price.
Is it me, or is work not working? At least, not the way it could work. Oh, a very busy work. And you might be thinking, can AI make it all work? The improvement that they had shown in Baku is very much still there. And they can race Lando for the win. Well, can they race Lando out? Make your old tech. What can you do? Thank you. Here's one.
I do all of that now. No pressure. Hey, Cal. On the ServiceNow platform, AI transforms your entire business. Your people are better, your customers are happier. And Todd, well, he's practically euphoric. Practically. Because when your people work better, everything works better. So, what are you for? Let's get to work.
Successful when building are coming at you from all angles. At USwitch, our experts fight the same prices in your household bills, so you could switch, save, and feel more protected. That's why more people come to us to find their energy, broadband, and mobile deal than any other site. USwitch, we put you first. Energy, broadband, mobile.
Weeknights on Sky News.
Your chance. Tell people. Welcome to the Politics Hub. Our police force has apologised. If you want to find out about Grimsby, you come to the docks. I'm live in Jerusalem. Are you not concerned that that could lead to all-out war? There are fears of an upsurge in violence. What's at stake here? You are watching the press view of first look at the front pages as they arrive.
In the UK on Sky Sports Plus, if you prefer commentary from. Right, it is most physically demanding of all the races here. Drivers up to 4 kilos of fluids. Important to keep cool, as Nico Holcomb explained.
It's difficult to create temperature through the medium of television. Saunas and steam baths is that at night, when the race and qualifying, it's still boiling and very humid. With methods that you'll see the drivers using around the paddock.
The good old ice towel.
It's just an ice towel. I thought it was a towel that you pumped, like,
it's not fancy
refrigerant,
but it's super efficient. It's quite nice when you get out and you get a little refresher.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Right, just road testing the old towel around the neck in the middle of free practice.
I'd say it's very effective.
Apparently, it cools the hypothalamus at the back of your neck. That links your brain to your body, and it makes your brain think that your body is actually cooler than it is. And, one drawback is that you look like you're... Okay, yeah, I would say that's less effective than the towel.
It is. It's just a extra, you know, the combination.
It's quite nice on the back. Method number 3, the ice vest, literally
Made of ice.
We love this down at Red Bull and Mercedes. George and Max both wear these. I wasn't
expecting the
16 blocks of ice on the front and more of them on the back to cool me down, but actually George tends to
this next to
the skin, and I can imagine that would be really effective. It's actually much better than I thought it would be. And then there's the simple version, dry ice and a big fan. Sebastian Vettel started this, and now everyone's doing it, and I can see why.
It's fantastic.
And finally, the one
Drivers most
forward to, if you've just done an hour's practice session or 2 hours,
the best
way to lower your body temperature.
performance.
That's good.
Yeah.
Indeed, check, bro.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. Yes, already gone and half. That's good. Oh, good.
Oh, wow, he's going all the way. You're just also like, you're instantly awake, aren't you?
Oh, you can see. That again.
We'll change the water for your go tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe.
Pleasure.
And thank you for these as well.
See, nice. You put them on. Now they're a bit stretched up, so they should fit me just fine.
Ah, fantastic. So there you go. We were as wet as Ted was when he got into the bath there.
First of all, thank you very much, Ted. That was very entertaining. That was Ted at his best.
At his best.
So what did I used to do? I mean, yes, I used to have towels and all these kind of things at the time, but actually, just as important is keeping yourself hydrated the whole weekend, because you're sweating so much. And that can really affect your concentration, your performance, if you're dehydrated. So we had like special electrolyte mixes and exactly the right amount of liters per day throughout the whole day. And that was really also body weight. I was on the scales all the time. That was like the most important thing. And even more, to have cold drink in the car, because the worst is the 1 liter of drink that you have goes blazing hot as you're drinking it in the race. So you used to freeze it and it used to like melt in the perfect manner so that it was cold through the whole race.
Get it to the end of a race? Still ice cold.
When it was the perfect days.
Nico. 6. Absolutely blistering.
Well done, guys. Nice job. Let's keep it rolling tomorrow. Let's go get it. Let's go!
Yeah, let's go, Nico. Awesome.
Amazing, Nico. Nice job.
Nice job.
P6 on the grid today. Kevin, 6 last year. What is it about this place where the Haas just seems to go pretty well on one lap?
I think hopefully it's a bit a different story in the race as well this year, but I think in general our package has been competitive this year, and yeah, we managed to do a very clean, good quali. Maximum everything basically, and yeah, we'll try or intend to do the same today.
When you were looking at the data and the team were looking at the data, do you reckon they've got the race pace to like hold off the Williamses behind?
One of these guys, Joe, has been here forever, but he's clearly so highly rated, and this year on a Saturday, he's up there. One of his best seasons.
He's acing these tyres, and you know, it's Dave versus Goliath. That's a tiny team with a customer Ferrari engine. Qualifying works Ferrari team here on a, you know, it was a typical qualifying. So amazing performance. They'll probably be the cork in the bottle later on. And it actually makes a great dynamic on the grid, and you know, having people who are, I think, in terms of real performance in the race, like Hulkenberg, like Alonso, out of position actually on the grid. They're ahead of where you might expect.
Okay, let's take a walk in here and discuss what's going on at.
Peaks are very strong. Like yesterday, he really did a great qualifying. The problem is there's a bit of inconsistency there. Then his attitude sometimes, you know, is very aggressive. And that's why he was looked over this year when they were looking to replace Perez potentially. Yeah. So that definitely came as a bit of a blow to him, because I'm sure he had hopes on that. But anyways, he's doing a good job at RB. Okay.
Yeah.
see the man who's to replace him in there, Liam Lawson, but yesterday out in Q1 didn't help.
It didn't, and my understanding is that Liam Lawson will be in that car in Austin, but that Daniel Ricciardo stays in the pool of Red Bull drivers for options going forward into maybe later this year, but into 2025.
Okay. It's a real pity, isn't it? I mean, Daniel is so loved. He's such a fantastic driver, but he just hasn't shown quite enough this year, unfortunately.
Okay, I mean, he's almost admitted it, didn't he, in his press conference this weekend? There was almost a resignation in his eyes. Live pictures in the garage behind us, and there you can see Liam Lawson, who of course did so well, didn't he, in Singapore, and he had to step in for him. But we shall see. Yeah, do you think he's got a bright future? Just very, very quickly.
Well, Christian Horner said to us last night, you know, we want to see how good he is. I mean, he looked very good last year, when he was super sub. And they need some options going forward. You know, only Verstappen is really delivering.
Democracy.
They've got their own junior team on the grid. They may as well use that
welcome back to my channel
uniquely for them.
मैं हूं आपका फ्रेंड ओम शर्मा और आ गया हूं दोबारा एक और नई वीडियो के साथ। इस वीडियो का टाइटल होने वाला है FSG टॉप 20 क्वेश्चंस रिलेटेड FSG इन जर्मनी। अगर आप भी जर्मनी में FSG करने का प्लान कर रहे हैं और आपके भी बहुत सारे डाउट हैं, जैसे कि इन सारे मैं यहां पर कमेंट आपको शो कर देता हूं। ये कुछ मैंने क्वेश्चंस आपको मेंशन किए। इसके अलावा टॉप 20 क्वेश्चंस जो मेरी प्रीवियस वीडियोस में आ रहे थे, उन सारे क्वेश्चंस को इस वीडियो में हम डिस्कस करेंगे। तो दोस्तों हम शुरुआत करते हैं। लेट्स हेड
18 months or so, as we said, leading that Constructors' Championship for the first time in 10 months.
एकदम सही पकड़े हो। बहुत ज्यादा इंटरेस्टिंग क्वेश्चन भी है, क्योंकि हमें लगभग बल्कि प्यार से बात, तो मैं हर क्वेश्चन को ज्यादा एक्सप्लेन नहीं करूंगा। मैं हाल ही में मैंने लोगों से पूछा कि उसमें सबसे पहला क्वेश्चन है, आफ्टर कंप्लीटिंग FSA विल आई हैव टू रिटर्न माय कंट्री और दे विल गिव अस अ चांस ऑफ स्टडी और आउट प्लीज मेक वीडियो अबाउट इट। तो दोस्तों आफ्टर FSA सबसे पहले ये पता करना चाहिए या होना चाहिए FSA में क्या फ्यूचर है।
मैन्युफैक्चरिंग का है यूनिवर्सिटी के बुक।
अगर आपने वो अभी तक नहीं देखे तो मैं आई बटन में वीडियो दे दूंगा और वीडियो का डिस्क्रिप्शन लिंक में दोस्तों सबसे पहले FSA के बारे में बताना चाहिए। आफ्टर FSA हम क्या कर सकते हैं, जैसे मैंने नर्सिंग में FSA किया तो मेरे पास ब्राइट फ्यूचर नहीं होगा अगर मैं नर्सिंग में आउटफिट करूँ। अगर मैंने मैकेनिकल में FSA किया तो मेरा ब्राइट फ्यूचर नहीं होगा जहां मैं मैकेनिकल में आउटफिट हूं, समझे? तो ये लोग चांस देते हैं FSA के बाद।
आपल्या जो ते आपल्या 369 चे मार्क पडायचे ते म्हणून मिळतं ते।
आइल्स पॉसिबल जर्मनी में आप किसी भी स्टडी में जाइए, जर्मन लैंग्वेज आपको नहीं आती है तो आप बहुत ज्यादा वहां पर फ्यूचर नहीं बना सकते। क्वेश्चन नंबर 6 कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं FSA वीजा को पॉसिबिलिटी तो है, लेकिन आपके पास रीजन होना चाहिए। पहले
10 पॉइंट रहण्यासाठी हो।
अगर आपके पास वैलिड रीजन है
ते मला डिप्लोमा डिग्रीला झालं
क्या FSA के साथ
मला उशीर लागत होत
दोस्तों बिल्कुल कर सकते हैं। और इनफैक्ट काफी सारी चीजें ऐसी होती हैं FSA के अंदर जो एडिशनल वो आपको प्रोवाइड कराते हैं और काफी बार ऐसा होता है कि वो खुद ही आपको लैंग्वेज सिखाते हैं। ज्यादातर ऐसा होता है, कई केसेस में नहीं होता है तो फिर आप लैंग्वेज कंटिन्यू कर सकते हैं। और ऐसा भी कुछ नहीं है कि कोई आपको अगर उन्होंने प्रोवाइड नहीं किया तो आपको पढ़ने से रोकेगा, नहीं, आप ऑनलाइन भी पढ़ सकते हो और वर्क शेड्यूल। तो अब हम बात करते हैं क्वेश्चन नंबर 4 डार्क एज स्टाइल्स लाइक आर्बाइट मार्क्स। दोस्तों इस क्वेश्चन का मतलब है कि क्या हम FSA करते पार्ट टाइम भी कर सकते हैं? दोस्तों बिल्कुल कर सकते हैं, लेकिन डिपेंड करता है आपका जो एम्प्लॉयर है वो क्या प्रोवाइड कर रहा है। जैसे मेरा फ्रेंड है जो FSA के साथ में पार्ट टाइम वर्क करता है, उसको 8 घंटे के आसपास अलाउ है वीक में और वो इजी भी कर पाता है। तो डिपेंड करता है आपके एम्प्लॉयर पे कि वो प्रोवाइड करा रहा है, वो अलाउ कर रहा है आपको पार्ट टाइम जॉब करने के लिए नहीं कर रहा है। और ये सारी चीजें आपको तभी पता लगती हैं जब आप इंटरव्यू देते हो, आपके पास में आपका वर्क कॉन्ट्रैक्ट आता है, सॉरी आपके पास में आपका ऑफर लेटर आता है। जैसे कि मैंने प्रीवियस वीडियो बनाई थी उसमें ऑफर लेटर को डिस्कस किया है, तो आपने अगर अभी तक वीडियो नहीं देखी तो आप जाके चेक कर सकते हैं।
Darkness marched ever closer. In the hour of reckoning, you stood as one.
अच्छा
And all the while, you were vacuuming. Audible. There's more to imagine when you listen.
Out here in the AI Wild West, bad guys only want one thing.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hand over the customer data and nobody gets hurt.
They'll do anything to get it.
हो 500 बिलियन इंडियन डॉलर म्हणते हैं।
That is.
Unless what?
Unless you never let them on board in the first place. Don't get robbed by bad guy AI. Salesforce AI never steals or shares your customer data.
We are racing once again. Race is go.
23 मध्ये मिळालं नाही, 23 मध्ये कसं मिळणार आपल्याला गॅप होतच की सर। 20 मध्ये जर मी परीक्षा दिली असती ना सर तर मग झालं मिळालं, पण मी तेव्हा दिलीच नाही ना परीक्षा गेट 21 मध्ये हो। 21 मध्ये झाली ना ती, 21 मध्ये पेपरच दिला नाही साहेब। 21 मध्ये जर परीक्षा दिली असती बरं झालं असतं, पण मिळालं पण असतं आपल्याला लगेच। हाँ 23 में फायदा नहीं ना वो।
Bacteria causes plaque
in your mouth and along the gum line. Try new Colgate Total Plaque Pro Release. Its precision foam technology helps dissolve and lift away gum-harming plaque 3 times more effectively. For whole mouth superior protection, new Colgate Total Plaque Pro Release from the #1 brand recommended by dentists.
People don't really see me.
अगं मैं आपल्या गॅप्स वाल्याला घेत नाहीत ना एक्सपिरियन्स असल्याशिवाय. तेच म्हणतोय पण तेव्हा आपलं डोकं नव्हतं चालत ना काय करायचं.
Save the world. We started the whole thing, sir. I have to finish it.
One Life, available Friday on Sky Cinema.
Loving your club isn't just a 90-minute thing.
It's an agreement written deep into the heart.
Whatever the stage.
The WSL is back.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Singapore. Floodlights are on and beginning to take over as the sun has set. Less than an hour to go until lights out for the Singapore Grand Prix. Now, as mentioned before the break, it has been a remarkable turnaround from McLaren, from plumb last at the start of last season to taking over the top of the constructors for the first time in 10 years. How have they done it? Martin's here to explain.
Oscar Piastri wins the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. What a comeback for McLaren. Now lead the way in the fight with Red Bull.
McLaren have taken the lead of the F1 Constructors' Championship after Red Bull held sway for 55 races and 857 days. McLaren last led the teams very briefly at the start of this hybrid era in 2014. They also led with 3 races to go in 2008, but Ferrari snatched that away. And so, incredibly, we go back to 1998 when this great team last won the Constructors' title.
Constructors' Championship for McLaren, Drivers' Championship for Mika Häkkinen.
Last season they were plumb last after 2 races, but they relentlessly turned it around. Let's take a look at how and why.
Plenty of time for all the F1 teams to put some upgrades on the car. The most important one is to McLaren, and team boss Andrea Stella is calling this almost pretty much a new car. The upgrades that are coming to your car this weekend are unbelievable. They're going to put you into the stratosphere.
Yeah, we'll see. After positive 2023 car upgrades at the Austrian and British Grand Prix, McLaren improved and many podiums would follow.
That is a stunning performance for McLaren.
Is that Kathy?
This is good news. Definitely means the upgrade.
अगर असं मला तर काय वाटतं माहिती का सिक्रेट 369 आहेत ना साहेब एकदम वेगळंच आहे. त्या लोकांनी मॅनिफेस्टेशनचा काहीच संबंध नाही माझं म्हणणं आहे. टेस्ला हा मॅनिफेस्टिंगचा माणूस नव्हताच नसेल. थोडा बुद्ध माणूस होता का मॅनिफेस्ट करून व्हायला. तो स्वतः सगळं डेव्हलप करायचं ना. बघा टेस्लाला पैसे दिले आहेत ना. ऐकलं का ते टेस्ला निघाला कम्युनिस्ट आहे निकोला टेस्ला का आणि एडिसन निघाला कॅपिटलिस्ट. दोघं एकाच जातीतले लोक होते. दोघंही कॉम्पिटिटर होते पेप्सिकोला आणि कोकाला सर्व. तर टेस्लाला रशियाने विकत घेतलं. त्याला आणलं रशियामध्ये. परत जर्मनमध्ये पण ठेवलं. वेस्ट जर्मन होतं ना पहिले रशियाच्या कंट्रीमध्ये. जर्मनला ठेवलं सध्या रिसर्च लॅब बिग सगळी दिली त्याला. एडिसन आपल्याला बेल विकत बसला. आपलं फालतू धंदे करत बसला आणि कोर्टात दोघं त्याच काळात. आणि टेस्लाने एसी करंट शोधला होता आणि एडिसन आपला डीसी करंट बनवून बसला. डीसी करंट म्हणजे बॅटरी बंद लागतं ना सर तो डीसी आहे ना. एसी म्हणजे अँट्रेंट का आपल्या घरात चालतो तो. त्याच म्हणतात ह्याने चोरलं तर चोरू दे म्हणतात. टेस्ला असं होता हे मला चोरलं पेटंट ग. एसी करंट टेस्लाचं नाहीच साहेब. त्याने इन्व्हेंट केला होता ऍप्लिकेशन पण ह्याने केलं ना सगळं एडिसन. टेस्ला मला ठीक आहे मी काही चिडत नाही त्याच्यावर. चोरलंच नव्हतं ठीक आहे. मी आता असला नवीन करंट शोध लावतोय वायरलेस करंट. आता माझी गांड चाट म्हणतो माधरचो मेला पण तो पण एका बाबाने बनवले वायरलेस करंट. वायरलेस दुबईमध्ये एका बाबाने स्कीम काढली आहे त्यात वायरलेस करंट. आता वायफाय नाही का वायरच नाही, छोटी नाही, मोठी नाही, पतली नाही. हा, तारच नसणार कुठं.
Anyone's done it. Andrea is running the Formula One team and couldn't ask for a
हा,
better team principal. His leadership
तसं ते
qualities,
सक्सेसफुल
he
पण झालंय,
listens, he
स्मॉल
communicates,
स्केल
he's
मध्ये झालंय,
thoughtful.
तारच नाही
Just
कुठं.
whisper it quietly, perhaps. There is a
डायरेक्ट
championship
लावायचं
on
बल्ब,
our hands.
टीव्ही,
Stella had engaged
किती
technical
भारी ना.
director Peter Prodromou.
पण ते लय महाग आहे.
Integrated the
वन मध्ये
highly
आपल्याला
knowledgeable
बांधता
and
येईल त्याच्यात.
pragmatic Rob Marshall, who'd moved over from
हवेत नाही येतोय करंट पण
and focused largely the same group of
दिसत नाही
talented
कुठं.
people
गरज
using the
नाही
same
म्हणतात एवढी
resource
त्याची.
into winners.
काय
Adrian Newey declared he
आता
was
बघ याची
leaving
गरज
Red
कुठं आहे
Bull and
माहितीये
was
का?
largely parked. Long-standing team manager
ती आता
Jonathan
नाही
Wheatley
केव
is
मध्ये
leaving
अडकली
for
ती बघ लोक.
Sauber Audi.
तिथं लाईट घेऊन जाणे अवघड आहे ना, मग तिथं बारात सोडला करंट चालतो.
personnel.
काय
And
शेत
through all this, the car has turned from apparent perfection into a monster. Even Verstappen can't make the difference as he fights the car.
अहो साहेब आता महाग आहे ना, पण ते परवडणार कोणाला? बेसमेंट मध्ये एक वेळ चांगलं आहे नाही का, परत गेम मध्ये रेस्क्यू मिशन साठी चांगलं आहे, वायरलेस तिथे वायर घेऊन पाण्यात ना तर अंडर वॉटर जायचं, इथे लाईट लावता येत नाही, तिथे पाण्यात करंट सोडला असेल वायरलेस,
Sergio Perez
वायरलेस करंट
and has scored less than
तो
half
करंट लागत नाही, विचारच नाही करू शकत ते लोकांनी बनवलंय साहेब.
speculation that he'd be imminently
हवेतनं
replaced.
करंट येऊ
And
कसं
even
शकतो पण
Baku
तू?
didn't yield a deserved renaissance.
I sat down with him in the kitchen at my house and said, "Come on, what's going on?"
It hurts to
ते पण
let
कसं
your whole team down.